Hey there! Welcome back to another R Learning Series tutorial. In today's video, we'll take a look at the while loop. And loops are very important in any programming language. And it's no different here in the R statistical programming language. Now, we're going to go through loops, but actually there's actually some built-in functions, which is like sapply and lapply, and there's also the download application or package that you can get from CRAN, which is called dplyr. And in some of the scripts that I have written at work, I use the dplyr to do my looping for me. But it is also good to look at loops as a whole and have a better understanding as to what's going on. So to start a loop, especially in this case a while loop, we type in while, and you can see that in the panel up there, the while changed color, and this is because it's one of R's keywords. And the syntax for using the while loop is while, and then a open and close brackets, and RStudio will help you with that. And then we want the open and closed curly braces, and that's where our function is going to go. So what normally takes place is we would have a true or a false function. So we'll put in false, and then we will type print hey there. And before we run that, should remember that characters need to be put in quotes. So, okay, now we'll highlight that and run. And you can see here that the while loop was copied down into the console. And these plus signs are just going through the code. This is a sequence, it's a block sequence of code. So it's actually looking for the end of the sequence, which is, of course, this curly brace right here. So that's why we have that. So it did not execute, but if we put in a true statement and run the code, what will happen is we have created an infinite loop because it is always true. So you can see here, hey there is being printed out continuously, and it's not stopping because the program, it's just following its instruction, doing what it's supposed to do. But if this was another type of programming language or an application, it could actually spin yourself into a loop and chew up all your resources in your computer and actually crash your computer. So R is intuitive. It gives you a way to break an infinite loop, and that's with the escape key. So we'll just hit escape. You should be able to, there we go, broke the loop. And now we'll write an actual while loop statement. So above the while loop, we'll set a variable, and we'll call that variable count, and we'll assign it the number 1, and then we'll go while count is less than or equal to 15, and then we'll print count. Now I know I said that before you could just call the variable and it will print out. In a loop situation, you need to actually use the print function, and so that's why we have it called here. So print count, and that will give us the current count or value for count. And so right now as it is, it's still an infinite loop because the number 1, our count, is always going to be 1, so it will never reach 15 to break the loop and exit the loop. So we have that infinite loop scenario again. So what we can do is we can go count, and we can assign it the value of count plus 1, and then we'll run all of that. And there you can see that we've gone 1 through 15, including 15. Now, if we were to rerun this and just do count of less than 15, it will exit the loop at 14 because we asked for less than 15, so 14 is the last number that we reach before hitting 15 and making that equal to 15. So as I said, there's different iterations and uses for loops, and we mostly will be using other packages to do loops in R, but I wanted you guys to see what a loop does and how to implement, the while loop, and how easy it is. It's not a scary concept. I know that sometimes it may seem that way, but while loops and for loops are actually your friend in programming, and it's just as easy to do in R as in other languages. If you guys have any questions at all regarding loops, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you in the next one real soon.